Hey everybody, welcome to Roll with Advantage Season 2. We are super excited to be back on the air. Thanks so much for listening to us. I'm not going to waste any of your time. We've got tons of really fun content this season, so let's just get it started now. In a house in Waterdeep, stuck between two other buildings, shoved much like a middle child. There's a teleportation circle inside of this house. Around the teleportation circle is all of these tomes and scriptures and drinking bottles. There, the Sun Elf is sitting at the table, his head in his hands, and a circular clockwork figure walks in. Status report.
Most of the drones I've returned.
Good. Did we find anything else in the sands?
Just gold, some tattered stuff.
Let Durnan know what we found.
Aye, sir.
Tim, get the door.
Yes. Hey, who are you?
And at the door, the circular clockwork figure sees a cloaked dragonborn with a metal jaw formed around the base of the face. Tell your master that my master summons him. So, when you crest over this hill that comes up out of this hole in the sandy ground, you see two storm giants are surviving. The rest of the hunting party has died. They haven't made it. And you see Queen Sarissa has this giant chunk out of her shoulder missing, where one of the dragons had bit through some of the meat around the clavicle. She's looking kind of rough, and Tin goes over and spends a spell to help heal her. King Hikatan walks up to Iymrith and he says,
"Is the deed done?"
Iymrith breathes no more.
Good.
Queen Sarissa looks over and she says,
I believe our work here is done. Father, we should away. We need to get our house in order once more.
And Hikatan nods and agrees, and he looks to you all and he says,
The Order of the Obsidian Flame is welcome in Maelstrom. Come when you want, stay for as long as you need. You have the conch, keep it. We will make ourselves available.
He puts his hand on his daughter's shoulder, and he says,
Friends, is there anything more I can do for you? No? Then we shall away.
As he's bringing the conch up to his lips, he says,
Do you guys need to be teleported?
Kyo licks his finger, is like, I think we go that...
Tin kind of rolls her eyes at this, and she says, we might be able to get back to the ship using our rings. Do you think it'll work, Manette?
Manette's still like large size.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
Going back to the ship right now might not be the best idea.
She says, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. She looks at Kenyon and she says, are you doing all right, big fella?
I don't want to talk about it just yet.
All right. And Hikatan, he says, so teleport?
We'd like to go with you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay. And he blows into his conch and you all teleport to Maelstrom. You appear in this cool blue room, and it's kind of damp. It's the greeting room that you've now entered, some of you 3 times. What do you want to do from here?
So, I'd like to pull my little chest bed out of my bag of holding, and I'm going to start pushing extra coins in it, and then I'm going to take a nap.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
Okay.
I'd ask Kikutan if he had any more of those giant potions, because they're kind of fun.
He looks at you and he says,
Unfortunately, no. We do not.
Maybe a formula?
Let me see what I can do.
We sure we want to know what's in these potions?
yeah, right. He says,
Let me see what I can do. It might take some digging. My late wife is the one who used to brew the potion. Let's hope the formula didn't die with her.
I basically, as soon as we teleport in, I drop my axe that I was holding, and I ascend the stairs, retracing the memories of seeing Iymrith within Maelstrom, and I'm just walking the halls looking morose.
okay.
Just replaying events. I basically present my axe and in Orcish say, "Save me, my ancestors."
I do take off my ring of protection and put on that ring of spell storing we found.
Oh, okay.
Nobody claimed it.
Okay. Do you put anything into it yet?
Well, it's going to take me an hour to attune, so...
So, Queen Sarissa, she's like bandaging up her wound, which is still closing, and she hurries off to her room to kind of take care of it.
Now it's my chance.
Yeah. She says,
Please, feel free to any of our food or anything like that. You know where the rooms are. Feel free to use those. Stay as long as you like. I gotta go.
and she bounces.
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah, that's right.
While you're still giant size, you can eat more.
What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to kind of rest here?
Is this like a full town or?
Not really. It's a keep, and from what you
Got
guys
like a
have,
bar.
Yeah, it does have a bar.
With a tickleable crab.
True.
Yeah, and life is much better down where it's wetter.
Yeah.
If Disney would like to sponsor us.
Yeah, that's right.
Alan's number is.
Yeah, right. So far, what you've been able to tell is there's a very small section for guests to actually use. The rest is like royal areas, places that the court are able to use for personal use and stuff like that. Rooms and like things like that. So Kidian, are you like playing this crab?
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
But
Okay.
it's like total half-assing it. Like, this should be more fun for me,
Okay.
but it's not.
It's just not getting the enjoyment
No.
you usually get. The area where all these, like the jazz area, that's where the crabs are. There's a couple of frost giants sitting there, and they're drinking away and they're talking. And it seems like even though you're not putting your heart into it, they don't seem to be minding. Give me a performance check if you would, please.
Oh no. 11.
11. Yeah. They seem like they can hear you, and it must be a tune that is pleasant to their ears. You're not playing the greatest, but they don't mind it.
Is it a sea shanty?
It might
Probably
be
a little mopey considering his mood.
Yeah.
A little introspective jazz.
Mhm.
You're at the bar.
I'm near the bar area with a fountain.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Okay. There's actually a hill giant bartender. And
I thought they didn't allow hill giants.
no, they allow hill giants. Yeah.
Only as the
Storm
help.
giants for life.
Only as the help.
As the help.
And it's got like the Chippendale cuffs, like and then the shirtless necktie and stuff like that. And its hair is like slicked back, and it doesn't smell bad for a hill giant, which is surprising. It's a male hill giant, and he greets you with a gruff grunt.
In giant, I asked for an ale.
And he just reaches down on the bar and he like looks up at you, and he looks back down at his drink that he's making. He looks back up at you and back down, and it goes on a couple of times, and then he sets a glass in front of you, and then just goes about his business. He's wiping the countertop.
So I'm gonna fly over on my broom and land on the countertop.
Okay.
And I say to the bartender, I say, I hear you make a good mudslide.
In
I
common.
wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, in common.
In common. He like lifts an eyebrow at you, and kind of like lifts his hands like, I don't know.
I go, uno mudslide, por favor. That's me trying to talk giant.
He looks at you, and he totally understands. He nods his head, and he goes about working, and he comes back and he puts a water right in front of you.
I guess that's what those are.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Seems to be logical.
Yeah. So this is a giant-sized cup.
Yeah.
Is it hot or cold?
I don't know. Do you stick your toe in?
I'll dip a pinky.
It's cold.
It's cold.
You want to go swimming?
I am rather dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bon, you're sitting there drinking a beer, and Kyo's like rubbing himself down, taking a bath, getting the dirt off his scales.
Yeah, and he's kind of gross. He's drinking the water too.
You made it into a mudslide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Tin says to you, Minette, she says, I think I'm going to turn in for the night. I want to get back to the ship as soon as possible. I'm interested to see what they might have in Everland. And she says, try not to stay up too late. And she turns in, and that's the last you see of her for the night. Is there any havoc you guys want to cause? You guys want to go exploring?
I grabbed my...
I could probably squeeze through some of these keyholes around here.
Probably, yeah. You're definitely small enough. I grab my ale that I haven't drank any of yet, and I go out to the fountain area. I find Kinian, and I go, we survived, yay! And hold out the ale.
I knock the ale out of his hand and storm away.
I go, whoa, 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 and I do the...
It's party
I
foul,
can't remember
man.
what it's called. The magical-y thingy doodad where I can command the elements, and I put the ale back in the mug.
Okay.
So probably got a little dirt in it now.
Sweet monk moves.
Yeah.
That magical duty thingy.
Yeah.
And I chase Kinian down. I'm like, dude, what gives, man? You love ale.
Not today.
What's different about today?
I failed my ancestors.
Failed your ancestors? We won. We killed the dragon and stuff.
You killed the dragon.
Well, I mean, party effort, right?
The dragon struck fear into my heart. I was unable to defeat my enemy.
Dude, did you see my robes? There was pee in them robes, okay? So it's fine,
shit.
man. It's fine.
You're no barbarian. My path has failed me. And I rip off my Dragon Guard breastplate, dropping it to the ground, and continue. I go down to the halls below and climb up into a giant bed.
I'm gonna pick that up.
you stop bathing
Yeah.
mid scrub
Yeah, you know, I've been doing my water breathing thing. I was like fully underwater. And just
you look through the glass and you're like tapping on the sides like doom 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 doom, and you go up and you fly over and you start grabbing this armor that's like starting to shrink down.
yeah. Put that away for a rainy day. I'm building my hoard. We can't leave magic stuff laying around. It's not safe.
That's right. Minette, a couple hours pass, and King Hikatan comes into this area, the same area that everybody else has been in. Did you want like an ale or anything like that while you're waiting?
Yeah, I'd probably just grab one or two while I'm still huge.
Okay, yeah.
Enjoy it.
It doesn't hit you as hard as you would have hoped, but it's ale, and
It's celebratory.
Yes,
I'm not
exactly.
hoping for them to hit hard. It's quench the thirst. Tough work killing dragons.
True story. King Hikatan comes back and he says,
My friend, I fear that the recipe may be lost. I can't find it anywhere, and I'm pretty sure my wife would have written it down. I wonder if it might have been stolen off of her when those humans killed her.
Ooh, a quest.
Ba-ding! New quest available.
Find them potions.
That's very unfortunate. Once again, I'm sorry for your loss.
thank you.
So I will attempt to seek out the formula and bring it back to you.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm not too broken up about the loss of the formula, but if you want it, I don't need to become giant size.
That's true. We'll still try and get your wife's obviously masterpiece formula back to where it belongs, though, and get some revenge for her.
And when you say revenge, his like eyebrows perk up, and like this fire in his eyes like light, and he says,
Now, revenge sounds good. I would be very interested in that. In fact, if you can find these people, we may be able to destroy any cult or grouping that they have created. That sounds good.
I raise my ale to him.
he reaches over and it's just like Linus, like he's got a drink right in his hand, and he comes over.
Bartender knows how to attend to the king.
Oh, absolutely. They've trained him well, and you guys clink glasses, and I think you guys would share a couple of drinks, and then he would off for the night. He needs to attend to the family of the fallen.
I'd retire as well. Get some sleep. Wait for this potion to wear off.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and stay up.
Okay, as late as you possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, as inconspicuously as I possibly can, and yeah, hopefully when the giants go to sleep, yeah, I'm gonna look around, check things out, because I was only here for just a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
But I am only coming up on 8. So
How full is the bar right now?
How full is the bar?
How full is the bar?
Of people or of drink?
Both.
Of drink, very full.
I meant of people, but then I got curious when you said of drink.
Of drink, it's very full. Of people, the only people in this area is still the frost giants, talking amongst themselves, just the two. The hill giant and Hikatan has left, and so has Minette. So it's pretty much you and Kyo, I believe.
Me, Kyo, and the
I want to make
the hill giant.
I want to make a pass going past these giant bottles of booze and seeing if there's anything I can read on any of the labels. I'm not going to spend long enough to cast comprehend languages or anything, but I do speak Draconic and Common.
Everything seems to be in single symbol giant script.
I know giant.
Oh, I also know Sylvan.
Sylvan, okay. Bon, you notice they're just like standard, like one-word descriptors, like strong, potent, things like that. Some of them are like hill, stone, frost, fire. Anything outside of those kind of concepts, the bartender probably can't manage.
So he's not smart, you're saying?
That's racist.
I'm still giant size. How long do I probably
It's
have?
a 24-hour potion.
And it's been like, what, 3-4 hours?
Yeah, it hasn't been long.
I asked the hill giant if he wants to arm wrestle. I'm feeling pretty good. I killed a freaking dragon.
And now you want to arm wrestle a hill giant.
I don't usually feel strong, and now I'm feeling strong because I'm under the effects.
You know, I overheard what Kinian was saying with Bond, and so I'm wondering if maybe we should find another dragon for Kinian to slay.
It's probably a good idea.
Bon, you are attempting to arm wrestle this guy. I want a strength check, please.
25 gives you plus what?
7.
Oh. That's an 11.
He got a 24.
So he kicks my ass.
He whoops you, and then he demands payment for your previous drink.
How much was the previous drink?
You have a hard time communicating with him. Oh wait, no, you know.
I speak
you
giant.
speak giant. He says
better
1
at it.
gold piece.
1 gold piece.
You know, he's going to be really disappointed when that
basically
gold
got
piece
a
shrinks
keg.
back down to normal size.
You got a keg of beer.
I'll box you for the price.
Hold on.
And this is how we lost Bon as a party member.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, punching is actually to his advantage as a monk. So.
Yeah.
And he can use the strength, yeah?
He's got a -3. He's down. He's totes down. So you guys start squaring off. Like he like, and he like starts moving all of these like tables out of the way, and he makes kind of like this ring for you guys to stand
I'm
in.
going to fly around. Fight.
With like a drink in your hand.
Well, I don't know if they have any cups small enough for
You
me.
can fill your
Maybe a thimble.
Yeah,
It's like a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. And
Drink
he's
as
got
tall
his
as me.
Chippendale cuffs and his necktie, and his hair's all slicked back, and he puts up his dukes, and let's roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Dukes.
Oh, dude.
All right, that's a 20 initiative. Oh, wait, hang on. That's a 20 initiative.
Okay.
Fun.
You go first. How we're gonna do this is just like how Chanton and Kinian did it. We're gonna do 3 strength checks. The best of 2 wins.
Oh, okay. So I don't get
Or best of 3. So
I don't get to utilize my...
I will give you advantage because of your proficiency. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I would believe you would add your proficiency. So, in fact, you can use strength or dex, whichever one you want to use.
I'll use strength.
Yes, that's what I kind of figured. That's what I kind of figured. So, all right.
So the first one is 29.
You beat him. Senseless. Next.
26.
26. You beat him again. We can go one more time.
Okay, one more time. Oh, that's 17.
He rolled a 2.
The next drink's free too.
He
The next drink you pour yourself because he's probably unconscious.
yes, absolutely.
They're
In
all
fact,
free for the rest of the night.
yeah, he's unconscious. He's in the middle of this table ring, and he's bloodied.
Oops.
Oops.
Is Kyo now the bartender?
Quick, we need to put a bottle in his hand.
Does Kyo like slick his dragon mustache back and like start rolling up his sleeves and start pouring drinks?
No, but I do start popping caps and smelling to see what's in the different bottles.
Okay. Yeah. You think there's one for like a giant form of gin, and stuff like that. All your basic alcohols that you would find in a normal bar, just in giant proportion.
Well, not having gin blood in me, but liking gin. I'm gonna fill up a water. Well,
Your mother never really agreed with how much you liked gin.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not around anymore.
Sorry. Aww.
So I take my water skin.
Okay. Fill it up with giant gin.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Are you stealing the giant gin, or are you gonna pay for it?
You guys don't have to pay.
Oh,
I mean,
no wonder he was like,
we're friends of the court.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they'll be involved anyways, you know, with an 8-year-old drinking, but or 7. Well, 7. Yeah, it's been about a year that we've been in game.
Yeah,
so.
and it has been a little over a year in game. So you guys started, or no, it's just shy of a year. You guys started in spring, and you guys are now in winter.
Oh, you know what? I am 8. Happy birthday to me. I got started thinking about settling down and having a family now.
Give up this adventuring life.
That's right.
The wild days of my youth.
Even though you lived to
Utes.
like 112 if you survived that long.
So I'm in the giant's bedroom, essentially the guest giant bedroom, and I remembered that I left my axe at the teleporter when we came in. So I walk back to the teleporter, which is, you know, the adjacent room next to us, and I drag it with one hand back into the giant's room. As I get back in the room, I fall to my knees, and I'm hearing numerous voices channeled through the hilt of my axe, and in Orcish, it's flowing into me, the shouting of my ancestors, and I respond to them in a language I've never spoken before, and I begin speaking in tongues that could be confused as primordial in nature, and I drop to my knees, and I take my top knot and I shore it off using the axe blade, cutting off my top knot. And for a moment, my hair, as the top knot is cut away, you see my top knot is for a second or two is replaced with flames raising from the ends of my hair, and then the flames extinguish back down into the remainder of my hair.
Nice. I'm actually going to give you inspiration for that. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to do anything else?
Ooh, I'm going to attempt to climb through the lock into the register and see if the giant coins are giant coins.
Yeah, they are very large sand dollars. There's certain types of like rocks that you haven't seen before, that you suspect are probably from the ocean floor. And then there is standard treasure that might have come from like the frost giants or the other giants that frequent.
Is there
here.
a nice little change spot that's full of gold pieces?
Yeah, like little tiny change spot.
Well, tiny by giant standards.
Yeah.
So I'm going to curl up right on top of it.
Okay.
And I'll probably fall asleep because it's pretty late.
You think that you may have somewhere around 93 gold pieces that are...
It's just a bed.
Yeah. But if you want to collect it up afterwards.
I'm not a thief.
Okay.
Says the guy who just stole.
It was free. We went over this.
Yeah.
There was armor on the ground. I couldn't just leave it there.
Yeah.
So,
Just holding it for Kenny.
so you wake up in the cash register. Okay.
Before I go to sleep, though, I load into the Ring of Spell Storing counter spell, a Misty Step, and that's the 5 levels. Then, because I'm playing with it. I mean, I'm thinking about what to do with the Ring of Protection, because I think it might keep somebody else safe.
So you guys wake up. I would think Tin would be the first one to wake up. Considering she's an elf, she only needs 4 hours of meditation. So, she's just kind of waiting for everybody else to come to. Minette, you would probably be the next one.
I can tell you how I wake up.
Yeah, how do you wake up?
There is the whole world begins to shake, and there's a loud ching as I'm thrown sideways.
Okay. Yeah, nice. And it's the beaten bartender is emptying the till, cashing out the drawer. He doesn't actually know how to count, so what he does is he picks up specific bins and he just dumps them into a bag and leaves other specific bins, and that's it. They're colored, they're like color coded, and that's all. He doesn't understand counting. After you all wake up, I would think that Kinian would wake up last. Kinian, when you wake up, there's 2 frost giants in your room, sleeping in beds next to you, in separate beds.
I get up and look for some food. I take my axe and basically put it in the chest and close it, and just walking around looking for the grub.
Yeah, there's a table right there in that room with all the fixings you need. There's fresh squeezed orange juice and things like that. Tin walks into your room and she says, "You're finally awake? Come on, let's go."
All right.
And she kind of gathers you all up and says, I really feel like we need to get back to the ship. I really want to see Everland. I've heard many good things about it. I really want to see this place."
Tin, why don't you head back to the ship and start them on their way, and we'll teleport in when we're back to normal size.
Okay.
We don't
I'll
want
go
to.
with her.
Okay.
Because, you
All
know, I need to feed my dog and
Okay. Yep.
check on my still.
Okay. So that's what you guys do. In fact, you have to go with her because you don't have your ring. She teleports you both back. You end up in this sigil ring on the boat, and the first thing you realize is you don't have that feeling of being up high in the air. Your ears don't pop, things like that. The next thing you notice is it's not cold, like being up high. And then the smell hits you. Oh lordy, the smell. It's awful. It smells like cat vomit. And you hear this like noise.
Oh no.
And Tin looks at you like wide-eyed, and she's like, oh no. What? Oh no. And she like runs off through the door, and there standing is this massive crag cat that is throwing up everywhere.
It's okay. I can clean, you know, like a cubic foot of your room.
Yeah, you're taking like chunks of this room.
I know
right?
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
I got this.
And she looks at Nymeria and is like, no. I just wanted to see the city. Oh gosh.
Is the cat land sick then, or?
I don't know. And she starts like checking in with Nymeria, right? Like just checking like the glands and things like that. Things you would I don't know what you would do, but she thinks that this cat is very, very sick. Maybe like a food poisoning or something, but she's not doing well. And
I'm worried. I'm gonna go check my pet.
Yeah.
So I rush up onto the deck.
Okay.
I say, supper.
And it like it runs up to you and like almost bowls you over, and he like starts licking your face, and that same smell starts hitting your nose. He may have gotten into some of that sick.
That's okay. I still cuddle him.
Okay.
Who's a good boy?
You notice a lot of the crew isn't here, and you're up on the top deck, and you're looking around, and you're hearing the mooring bells of ships around you. You guys are docked in this very busy city, in a very wide river that runs right through the middle of the city. You are in a very busy town. You are docked, and which seems odd to you because last they mentioned they didn't think there was anywhere to dock in Everland, so they were going to do like circling passes, and just kind of watch the city. Brickleworm comes over from where the helm is, and he was just kind of looking around, and he noticed that you came up on board. He walks over and he says, "Hey, how'd it go?"
Don't talk to Kinian about dragons.
Oh, okay. Did everyone survive? Is everything okay?
Well, the dragon didn't survive.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes and no. You know, the order we survived, but not everybody survived.
Oh, well, I didn't know everybody, so I'm glad that you guys are alive. You know, I just wanted to bring something up with you, by the way. We kind of have this thing as the Emerald Enclave that I've kind of been meaning to do with you recently, and we just haven't had some time, just, you know, with the quests and all.
So do things need like signatures and stamps? You know?
Kind of. We have a ritual we need to go through, and we need to basically let's meet in that park over there just after dark. Okay.
Oh, nothing bad ever happened in a park after dark. Okay.
Yeah, never. Yeah, never. And he's like, he says, he goes, well, my sister is off. She said she had some contacts that she wanted to talk to, and I gave the crew shore leave, so I'm just kind of watching the ship. Yeah, where's everyone else?
There was some swelling, and they're waiting for it to come down.
Oh God, was it dragon bites?
No. They drank something that didn't agree with them.
Oh, I had that one time. It was absolutely crazy. Out one end and the other. It was it was nasty.
It wasn't like that. They just drank one of these. I pull out the potion, and then they puffed way up. I reach in my bag for a potion, and
Okay.
I'm surprised when I don't find it.
Yes. He says, well, oh, okay. Well, I don't really have anything for you. The ritual really, it requires nighttime, so, I mean, if you want to chill, I heard One-Eye Joe was checking out your distillery up there. I didn't know you had a distillery up there. Naughty Keo.
It's medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I have to write some letters,
Oh.
send word to Trisender Manor and
Oh.
see how things are going.
Okay.
Yeah. So are we in Everland? Or
Yep. The greatest mercantile city of the North.
yeah?
Yes.
Oh, it's nice. It's no Neverwinter though.
Hey everybody. Hey, it's Alan. Welcome to season 2. I hope you're having fun with it. We had a lot of fun recording season 2. Let me quick tell you about some of the stuff we use on our podcast. One of the things that we absolutely adore is Incompetech.com. Incompetech has free, very, very interesting thematic scores. You really need to check them out. Kevin did our intro for the show and our outro. You really need to check those guys out. That's Incompetech.com. Hey, if you really want to help the show, tell people about the show. That's the best way for us to grow, is by word of mouth. Tell everybody you can. Tell them on Facebook. Tell them on Twitter. Tell them on whatever the young kids are using nowadays. Just let people know about us. Hit us up on Twitter at DM's Table using the hashtag #RollWithAdvantage. We'll be there. We can chat with you. Talk about what you enjoy about season 2. How awesome the audio quality got, right? We'll be there with a fist bump, a high five, whatever, and we're just ready to talk. If you have a little bit of cash to spend, though, check us out on patreon.com/RollWithAdvantage. Go check that out. We've got really good subscription plans. All of them are modestly set. We've got really cool content that we're coming out with and have out there. You'll get early access to certain things like episodes that don't get released anywhere else. You will get access to the DM's notes, my notes, and you'll also get access to things like the Tome of Epido. Go check out our Patreon and help support the show, keeping the lights on. All right, so enough of this business. Let's get back to the first episode of season 2. See you out on the internet, guys. I think by this time, you guys, the swelling has went down.
Swelling.
Yes. And you guys probably feel comfortable enough to join up with everybody else. Kinian, do you grab your axe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the axe.
Okay.
Did anybody not really get hurt when they took their potion? Like, did you get hit much?
Not much. I mean,
Because the extra hit points transfer to temporary hit points
oh, nice.
when you shrink back down. So if you had extra, you have temp.
So you guys join up. Everland is situated on the banks of the Ralvin River. It is one of the North's most active mercantile communities, and a thick stone wall encloses the city, pierced by 5 places in the wall by gates. Like the spokes of a wheel, these broad, straight avenues lead from each gate into a large market called the Bell Market at the city's center. The streets are clean and wide enough to accommodate large caravan vehicles. Soldiers of the city make show of patrolling the walls to reassure its citizens and visitors, as well as discourage any attackers. The buildings of Everland are stately, well-maintained, and have steep pitched roofs with tall spires that sport colorful banners. 2 bridges span the river that run east and west through the middle of the city. Parks and trees dot down the river. There are 2 large keeps in Everland, one on the north side of the river, butting up to Bell Market, and the other smaller keep is in the southeast side of the river and plays host to the city's guard. The most prominent edifice in Everland is the Moongleam Tower, a keep of black stone that serves as the Harper's stronghold in the north. It rises from one of the higher knolls in the city and consists of 4 narrow cylindrical towers joined together, surrounded by a dry moat. Crowning the roof is a open turret with a signaling mirror shaped in a crescent moon. As you explore some of the docks, you notice that the whole area is canvassed in flyers. It's even on some of the town buildings that you can see from the shore. The newest flyers that stand on top of these stacks depicts a disembodied gauntlet with one eye on the back of the hand. It is pointing to you, the reader. The flyer states, "Brave and serious adventurers wanted. Tasks are daunting and the pay is generous. Inquire with Nix Turin at the Danavar's house by winter's solstice," which you know is about 2 days' time. You have about 2 days until the winter solstice. You hear some of the deckhands that are walking down the planks. You hear some of them talking about your ship. Everybody seems to be very impressed with the look of it and the construction of it, and the fact that it came in on the winds and not on the river. It's not a very common sight, you gather.
It's got like a sweet Chinese lantern.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, on the top.
Oh. Tin approaches you, Minette, and she says, I don't think I'm going to be able to explore the city. I think Nymeria needs my help. Take this. And she hands you a silver badge with 3 boars running towards you. And she says, don't forget, this is the badge that Danavar asked us to, or not Danavar, that Darathra asked us to bring to Dral. He's at the Danavar Tavern. He's the proprietor.
Okay.
That's way back.
That was a long time ago, like almost a year. But just
It's about time we get it to him then.
yeah, that's right. No time's better than now, I guess. So anyways, I very much appreciate it.
No problem.
And she goes back to attending.
Well, I hand out invitations to the ceremony. You know.
The ceremony? What ceremony? Oh, to your ceremony? Okay.
It's got to be kind of a big deal, I think.
It's a big deal for you. Yeah.
I'm getting my wings.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
I bury my axe basically into the wall in the captain's quarters, and pick up a just a mundane great axe instead. and set off to just walk the town.
Okay. So, something that you know, being a Zentarum, is Everlund is one of the great Zentarum cities. You'd never know it from looking at it, but the Zentarum underground is very, very strong here. It is a place to get things that are of poison work, those kind of things. It is a very, very good place for that kind of stuff. You also know of a interesting tavern slash Coliseum that is called the Viper's Pit. You don't know where it's at, but you know it's here.
You know, I would have. He doesn't have his axe, so I tell him it's dangerous to go alone, and I give him the ring of protection.
I'll put it on.
Probably head for the bar down the bar.
Yep.
Just to try and get that quest taken care of.
Okay.
I'll go with
Because
him.
clearly that's the end of things. There's no way there'd be, anything else for us to do after a year.
yeah, they're like,
Well, we hired somebody else to do that, but thanks.
we assume FedEx lost our package.
God damn it, FedEx.
We're an adventuring party, not a delivery service.
Does anybody else go with?
I go with him.
Okay, so you go with them. Kinian, did you want to go with? Or are you doing your own thing?
I thought he was going into town. Like,
I'm just going into town.
Okay.
I'm going to prepare for the ritual.
You're gonna
So
prepare.
I'm oiling my
Okay.
scales and, you know.
One of the crewsmen comes back aboard, and you're like on the top deck, like looking into the sun, and you're oiling your scales, making sure that they're like nice and shiny. And it's to Mary, and you like look at her, and she looks at you. She says, I'll be going now. And she just turns about face
I
and
hastily
just
reach for an invitation and say, wait.
she like puts out 2 fingers and grabs the invitation.
Sorry for the oil marks.
Thanks. You go back to what you were doing. I didn't see anything. And, and she scurries up down the docks. So, I need some perception checks from you guys. From Minette and Bon. We are gonna follow them first. Nice.
I'm not as good at that as Dan is.
Yeah.
I got a 2.
That. Okay.
He adds a 0 to his, so.
Oh, okay.
2 is not as good as.
Clearly, but it's
Thank
quite
you,
close.
thank you. That's a 27 for me.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So while you're walking through this city, you see this very, very well-to-do human, and he's kind of like leaned up against a building, and he like looks shadily left and right, and then he dips down this alleyway that he's right next to.
Minette, let's go follow him.
Well, who?
That guy over there.
Oh, okay. What?
Sorry, I thought you saw him.
What guy?
There was some well-to-do guy who just ducked into that alley. It's very suspicious.
All right, whatever.
Just trust me. He went that way.
Sure.
And as you follow him, Minette, Bon just takes off towards the guy, right? And so you turn to follow him, and you bump into this kid who's got this satchel. And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Please excuse me." And then he like hurries off through the crowd.
How much money am I missing?
You are not missing anything, but you do notice that at your feet are 2 letters that he dropped.
I picked those up.
Okay. On examination, one of the letters is oddly enough addressed to Bon,
That's not suspicious at all.
and another one of those letters is addressed to High Sorcerer Veyril. last name Rohadin.
That one's probably not ours.
So
I think it says Manette on it. You should maybe open it and read it.
I think you have trouble reading, sir.
you have completely lost this kid. So like you're in the hustle and bustle of Everland, and this kid like dips and weaves around.
He's just gone.
Yeah, and you're like, hey kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my perception's not the greatest to start with,
yeah.
so.
You just completely lost him.
Do the Harpers have like a call? Like if I do caw, is that gonna?
It's the sound of a harp. Yeah.
Maybe. Let's do a. No, you wouldn't
No,
know.
I
You
don't know
would
that
not
yet.
know.
Palami hasn't let me in on those secrets.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you always get on other subjects when you're alone.
Hey now,
Yeah.
you don't know what we
Like
do.
a good Harper, State Farm is here.
Plummy shows up
That was
next
good.
to you for some reason. So you run after this guy Bon, and
Do I keep up with him at least?
you can see him.
Okay.
He's pretty well in front of you with his monk like tendencies. Bon, I need you to give me a stealth check if you're trying to be stealthy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
Oh, 26. instead of
26.
27.
You are hella stealthy.
He can still hear
Manette?
himself, though.
Would you like to try and be stealthy as well?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
That was
When
good.
the DM gives you the option.
15.
15. All right. He doesn't seem to notice you guys. And he dips down a couple more smaller alleyways, and when he does, he comes to this really wide building, and he starts like walking down these stairs that go to like a basement area underneath this building, and he like starts knocking on the door. You guys are hidden behind like these rubbish bins, and you see like he's knocking on this door, and this eyepiece like slides open in front of him, and you guys hear this quick exchange of words. Perception checks, please.
9.
16.
16. You could have sworn that you heard the Viper's Lair is the place to be.
I mean, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would you want to be in a viper's lair?
And after you hear this human say these words, the door opens and he walks through it, and the door shuts, and you hear this loud like clunk, and this alleyway is completely silent after this. Like you are so far off the beaten path. There's nobody down these alleyways.
You wanna go in there?
Pull out my thunder cannon and just cast mend on it real quick.
It's wise. I walk up to the door, knock on it, and I say, "The Viper's Lair is the place to be."
So the eyepiece opens, and you see a half orc inside, and he says, "What do you want?"
The Viper's Lair is the place to be.
Give me a deception check.
14.
Get out of here, kid.
Kid? Who are you calling kid?
You heard him, Manette. Get out of here.
You folks shouldn't be around here. You don't look like people who need to be down here.
I say, listen. We were just following that guy. We're with him, and I dig in my pocket and I pull out like 3 gold pieces. I'm like, see, we were just with him, and I hold
You
him
like
up to
put
the
it
eye
up to
slit.
the eyepiece.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think 7 more of those may be more accurate.
I give him the 7 more.
And he opens the door and he says, "Welcome, brothers." And you see on his arm is a tattoo of a few different things, and one of them is a is a snake's tooth. Looks like a viper's tooth, and it's dripping this green venom. And he like opens this door, and you start hearing like this music echoing down this wet corridor that you're looking down, and it kind of smells musty in here. And you hear like the cheers of a crowd every once in a while, and these like loud wet thuds, and as the doorman
it's
is
Jabba's palace.
as the doorman's like moving you down this pathway, it opens up into this very large tap room, and inside this tap room, in the very center, is this large deep pit, and there's a giant sign, a few of them over this center pit and circle the room, that say the Viper's Pit. And you see this gnome who looks exactly like Brickleworm, but he sounds completely different. He's got two fingers up to his throat, and his voice is booming, and he says,
"Now, that was a fight. Oh, what else do we have in store for our fighters tonight?" Place your bets now, people. Place your bets now.
There's bars ringing the outer ring of this room, and there are people packing this room completely. All of them look very well to do, and some of them are like pushing each other around, like daring each other to sign up as a fighter and to prove their worth and stuff like that. There is a lot of money being exchanged. You're seeing a lot of contraband being exchanged in this area. There's a lot going on right now.
So I have a quick question. That guy's tattoo that we saw,
Yeah.
is that familiar to me? Do I recognize that from Kinian?
Yes. It looks, one of his tattoos match one that Kinian might have. And it may be a Zitarum tattoo.
I use our cool sending rings to say, "Hey, Kinian, we may have come across a Zentarum place. Are you familiar with a thing called the Viper Pit?"
I'm already here.
And he's got a hand on your shoulder now.
How did you two get in here?
I mean, it's the place to be.
This is an old hangout of ours. We just like, I bribed the door guy.
Well, that worked for me the first time too.
You notice Kinian's hair is a lot shorter.
Dude, what happened to your hair?
It had to be done.
But what happened to it?
I cut it off.
Why'd you cut it off?
My path failed me. I'm considering another one.
Well, listen, buddy. If you ever need to talk or, like fight or something.
At that moment, this gnome pops up right next to Bon, between Bon and Kinian, and he says,
"Are you looking for a fight? Oh, you're new here, aren't you, Havork? Are you interested in the Viper's Pit?"
Send everything you have at me.
I love it. I love it. He is unaware of what I can bring.
and he puts his two fingers up to his throat again, and he says, "We have a fighter! Oh, this shall be grand." Hey, I am really glad you got this far in the episode. Go check us out on dmstable.com. Our personal link is dmstable.com/RWA. We've got backgrounds on the characters there and a few different things about where else you can find the show. DM's Table has a lot of cool things to offer, though. They've got blogs about being a storyteller and a DM. You can check that out. And if you don't see a place where you prefer to get your podcast from, let us know, and I'll try personally to make sure that we get the podcast on that site. So go check it out and let us know. Hey, thanks again for listening. I'll see you out on the internet.